God damn. Here we are. Back
are.
again,
Once
Digital
again.
Boys. Took last week off.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, kind of took it off. I mean, we streamed a total of 3 times last week.
Yeah.
Played Game Togethers, like with one of those streams. Patreon episode as well.
We didn't really take off. We just pivoted to other recordings.
We just didn't do an officially released podcast because it was
Right.
a big weekend of content, which I don't, now that I think about it, like with last year, I don't remember if we did, like we released the, like we did like a post live stream podcast, you know? And like those were like 30-minute here and there, but they didn't count as like actual podcasts, I think.
They didn't, but we released them all on the podcast feed.
Yeah, on the feed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I like that or this more. I feel like this gives us time to ponder.
It was different because, first of all, it was E3.
Yeah.
So it was a lot. It was Summer Games Fest on top of the fact that E3 was still putting out a presentation.
Yeah.
So there was more to kind of cover. I think it worked for the setup that was last year.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, we were back at it again this week. If you want to go watch any of the VODs, go do so. That's going to be like the majority of what we're talking about this episode, pretty much.
That's all the news, pretty much.
You know, definitely go check out the Patreon podcast as well, because there's some good stories on that, even though it's a shorter episode. But goddamn,
still worked.
Yeah, but yeah, man. How let's just start it off. It's been technically 2 weeks since we recorded a pod. How are we doing?
Doing pretty good. Not a whole lot has changed, except the fact that I have a child imminent. Literally, if he wanted to come in 2 minutes, he could come in 2 minutes.
This child's going to be day one on Xbox Game Pass.
Yes, everything day one Xbox Game Pass. I'm gonna get him first on day one with Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, that's the only way.
It is the only way. Technically, if you have Game Pass, you have access to my child. That's going to be audio that doesn't age well.
It's not, but we'll move past it. Mm-hmm. God damn.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's been a nice week or so of content. I started a new position and a new job, so that's pretty great.
Nice.
That's rocking and rolling. Won't talk about it too much on here. Let's just say that I've been busy a lot. And it's a lot of just learning like terms and like the vernacular that they use, like their vocabulary, which is funny because it's just like I haven't done this in 3 years technically. Like I've worked at the same place for 3 years, so I just had the vocab in my head, and then I start this job and I'm like, there are some words that overlap, and I'm like, they don't mean the same thing anymore. Shit. So my brain is like trying to keep up, and then
trying to push out the old shit.
Yeah, I want it to be gone, all of it, but it's fine. No. I did do a funny thing, and I guess it's been long enough now that I can talk about it. For when I left work, I sent you the Snapchat of it, but needless to say, my previous manager was a little bit of a petty person, childish, to say the least. So once I gave my 2 weeks and had very valid reasons for doing so, I was never talked to again, pretty much, since that point, which was very weird. Like it was almost
childish and petty.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, if we're gonna play that game, I'm gonna win. So
day one on Game Pass.
Day one on Game Pass. So on my last day, I changed my laptop password to be a variation of our previous one because the company is stupid and use like the same password for everybody. But I changed it to the word goodbye and then the other variation thing. So I was like, already that's meme number 1. And then I wrote like on a notepad, like deuces, I'm out. Here's the password to the laptop since nobody talked to me. And this was my last day except for like 2 or 3 people. And then before I left, I changed the wallpaper, like the lock screen, to Bill Nye throwing up the deuces. So old man Bill Nye's throwing up the peace sign. And then I left it so that every single one of my 3 screens was covered by a program. So when they opened it, they have to close everything out, right?
Yep.
When they do, they are greeted with Rick Sanchez with the double birds saying "Peace among worlds," and that's how I left that place, and it felt so good.
I wish you could have been a fly on the wall when they noticed all that.
I've heard that they thought it was childish, and I'm like, well, here's the thing: it's not childish per se. It's just when you're gonna treat people the way you do, expect some retaliation. Let's just put it that way. But
they're listening probably.
Hey, here's the thing. If they are, I'll just put it out this way. Fuck you, Paul. You're a piece of shit. And
let's go. Let's go.
That's it. That's about it.
Paul. I don't even know you, but I ride for my dog, Chris.
If you want a brief rendition of what Paul looks like, imagine the dad of the ginger-haired chick from How I Met Your Mother. The dude who made like all the board games and shit. Imagine that guy. That's Paul, but with like less motivation in life. But yeah.
Yeah, Paul, you can suck balls through a straw, dog.
Sure he could with his sucking powers. But yeah, anyway, moving past that, I'm extremely
for defamation.
Defamation of a single name. I could be talking about Paul the Gray Alien for that movie that was voiced by, wasn't it Seth Rogen? And it was Seth Rogen, and then like as Paul itself, like the gray alien. Remember?
Yes.
And it was like with the dudes from Shaun of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could be talking about that, Paul. You never know. But anyway, moving past that,
I didn't know that alien worked with you.
Wish it didn't. But it's a good time moving forward. It's been nice. A lot of people are nice so far. I have to go into the office tomorrow and meet everyone in person for the first time. So that'll be a time, because I'm not great in social situations, as we all know.
Listen, man, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool.
The funny part, though, is that it's an ice cream social.
Ooh,
and as of the past, like, year and a half, I've realized dairy and me don't get along. So needless to say,
one of the parts we talked about,
I'm sticking to the goddamn water ice when I get there.
You gotta get
that's all I'm getting.
Some Lactaid pills.
You know what? I've had them before. Very much appreciate to John Pib Extra. He actually got them for me, I believe. And like gave me like a 6-pack of them. I'm not gonna say that they didn't work. I'm just gonna say that like it didn't work as well as I wish it did. Let's just put it that way.
How many do we eat? One?
I mean, yeah, because that's what it said. Like, I follow directions like I'm building a Lego set, yo.
All right, how much dairy did you eat versus the one pill you took?
Not much, I would say. Like, it was like I think it was like a boba tea or like ice cream, like one of the two.
Okay.
But it wasn't anything crazy, but it didn't do what I thought it would, like it wasn't like great,
I'm asking because I'm just recently started taking them because my stomach would hurt every time I eat anything like ice cream in that category, right?
Yeah,
the
100%
dairy dessert category. So I started taking them, and one of my friends has been on it for like years, right? So I made this joke, right? I bought a box of like the chewable ones, and I sent him a picture of them, and I just sent him the gift that's just like, show me your ways. Like, what do I do? And he was like, I got you. He's like, look, you eat one with your first bite, and depending on the size of whatever you're eating, you eat another one when you're halfway through, and you'll be gold, right? So I'm paranoid because I like milkshakes, but I know if I drink a milkshake, I'm not.
It's a bad time.
It's gonna be a bad time. So I took one with the first sip, then I took another one when I was halfway done. I was surprised. I was like, I don't feel a thing.
It's everything's fine. It's a whole new world.
It's like I'm 12 all over again. I can do this again.
God damn. Now I want a milkshake, man. I might go get a milkshake after dinner when we're done recording.
It's making me want one now too.
Yeah. What's the choice milkshake flavor?
I don't know, man.
Before we get into this packed ass show.
Milkshake flavors have come a long way. I mean, I can go with my like go-to cookies and cream,
Okay.
but I also like a chocolate peanut butter milkshake, but I also like the birthday cake flavor.
Dude, I hate birthday cake anything.
It tastes good in the milkshake though.
But like there's just something unsettling when it's like that bright, like dark blue, you know? Like bright dark blue doesn't really make sense as a sentence, but like it's like a dark blue color that's very unnatural, but it's so bright in like whatever color ice cream you have, which is normally vanilla, and it's so unsettling, and I hate it.
There's this milkshake flavor at this ice cream place near me. Shout out to Dreams Ice Cream. It's called Cookie Monster, and I'm a cookie dough guy, but it's just I think you had it before.
I know the flavor, but I don't. I know what it looks like, but I don't know what the difference is between it and cookie dough.
It's just cookie dough, Oreo. What else is in it? Is it like brownie? Something like that. What's a third cookie kind of related chocolate-ish flavor? All like mixed up pretty much. And it's blue, so it looks like Cookie Monster.
Is the blue like a flavor, or is it literally just like it's Cookie Monster? That's blue branding. Here we go.
I don't know. I just know I get it and it's blue and it has all that stuff in it.
All right. I might have to try that. Because I mean I'm under these I like stuff in my milkshake as well. Like at fucking Red Robin. You ever been to a Red Robin to get the brownie one?
I never had a Red Robin milkshake before.
They're okay, I would say. Like they're not like top tier. Like I feel like best milkshake you're gonna get is like at like, you know, hole in the wall mom and pop shop type shit. But like a good brownie in there. It's one of those things where it's like it's why I like boba now. Like you get the little bit of the liquid and you're like, cool, that was refreshing, and then you have a little bit to chew on afterwards, and it's delicious. Their brownies are like the best, and they like soak up some of the milkshake too, so like you get even more of the milkshake inside the brownie. But yeah, I'm about to go to Wawa after this shit.
I need some kind of dessert now.
Yeah, I didn't even eat. I'm starving right now. There's chicken being grilled outside. Ooh. But either way, I'm gonna go to fucking Walmart, and then I'm gonna go to the new Wawa that was built next door. Get some Lactaid at Walmart, and then I'm gonna get some fucking all the dairy before I have to go live into an office tomorrow.
There you go. You got to do it, man. You got to set yourself up.
Hell yeah.
He was like, my friend was like, you won't feel a thing. Your stomach won't hurt. Because I used to be curled into a ball. Like dairy would fuck me up.
Feel that.
So he was just like, yo, you might still like have to take a shit. He was like, but you won't feel any pain. I was like, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah. For me, it's all about the sugar mouth and the acid reflux. That's the two. The sugar mouth gets me like too much. That's like its own thing. But like the acid reflux, like if I have it like too late at night, I'll be like in bed. And like randomly, like 2 hours after I'm like deep in sleep, I'll just be like, and then just like fully wake up, and I got like sour all up in there, and I'm like, I want to die. I don't want to go back to sleep. And then I go back to sleep, and then 2 hours later, and I'm like,
oh man, that shit really comes back up for you.
Yeah, dude, it won't stop. And then I go take some bootleg Tums from like the Walmart bargain section.
I was about to say, what the hell are bootleg Tums? What's the difference? Are they called?
They're like Walmart.
Like,
they're just called like antacids, like straight up. But they're Walmart brand, and they're
called smut.
Goddamn. But yeah, God, I'm gonna go get a milkshake. We got to get through these news items so that we can go fucking do a milkshake run. God damn.
That's gonna be a future skit for us. Is us just getting milkshakes.
Honestly, that should be. It's like the Adult Swim intro, like the cutscene where it's just us go get milkshakes, and then we'll just put like some Adult Swim ass music in the background, and then we'll kick throw the cup in the trash can, and the lid will come down, and it'll have our logo on it. Yeah.
And then after it fades out, it comes back in with like a post-credit scene. It's just you holding your stomach, banging under, like, "Are you done yet?" And I'm just in there like, "No." The Tums didn't. The Tums didn't work. The Walmart antacids didn't work.
As that way, we're just making a Lactaid ad.
True.
We should get sponsored by Lactaid. Could you imagine that?
I would be totally on board because I approve their product now.
God damn.
You changed my life. Lactaid.
I'm gonna have to do some phone calls. Is that how it works to get sponsored?
Oh no, I'm sure somebody at the Lactaid office has a phone. So yeah, just gotta look, Google the Lactaid company number, and be like, "Yo, you want to sponsor?" Or no, that's what they would say to us. You want to sponsor us?
Yeah,
improve your product.
We'll shout out your product every single episode because god damn.
Because no one knows Lactaid. Like,
we'll start every episode with a giant spoonful of ice cream, and then we'll just be like, "See, guys, we didn't shit ourselves by the end."
They're
waka waka.
They're like, "Well, thank you for your interest, but I think we'll be okay without your 32 listeners."
That hurts.
Yes, but
that hurts, Lactaid.
Help us help you.
Exactly.
Like, we don't need your help. Like, yes, we could use your millions of users.
Our audience is your target demographic.
They're all shitting themselves.
Honestly.
They write in every week about how they shit themselves.
You should see our email. Guys, send us emails now. Come on, tell us.
Yeah, please. Actually, but don't though, because I don't want to read about y'all shitting yourselves.
God damn it.
Lucas. I don't know why, but I feel like you would do it.
Now it's gonna happen. Yep. But all right, let's roll that theme music.
Let's go.
Oh shit, that's gonna happen now. That's gonna fucking happen. I can't believe you done this.
I shit myself and it wasn't a good time.
All right. Okay. Is it you or me this week? That's the real question.
No idea. It's becoming like a thing where I'm never gonna know again.
True.
The order of things. I want to say it's me.
All right. Go for it.
Level up, gamers, and welcome back to Save Before Quitting. I'm Ant.
And I'm Chris.
And you are here with us, and we appreciate you. And as always, Save Before Quitting, always spelled out.com. Save Before Quitting at gmail.com, also always spelled out. And save letter B number 4 quitting at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty.
Big old titty. The Titty Gang.
Titty Gang.
Titty Gang.
Merch in the store.
Merch in the store.
Merch in bio.
Titty merch. Speaking of in bio, I saw a funny ass meme. It just said link in bio, and the picture was link in a biology class.
I like that. That's cool. That's a good one.
It was so plain. It was one of those things where it was like, fuck, no one thought of that till now. That's really good.
Hell yeah. All right. Well,
what have you been playing, Chris?
What have I been playing?
Get right to it. What you been playing?
Okay. Here's the thing.
Tell me the thing.
I've been playing a lot, and there's a specific reason for that. If you guys don't know, the PlayStation Plus, like different categories, scattegories and stuff came out.
The categories.
I decided to go with premium. I only paid like $40 until it renews for the year for me, which is in February, I think. So it's a decent bit of time. So I got some time to check it out and maybe like change tiers if I want to. So starting off with the big hitters, and then we'll get into some meme games. I started up playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I've never played it. I don't know why I held off on playing it. It's just one of those games where like it was out. I knew it was great. I knew it was going to be good because I love the original. And I just never got to playing it, never bought it. So I was just like, okay, I'll get to it eventually. Saw it was on, I don't know if it's specifically based in the premium tier, but like I saw it was there. I saw it came with it. So I was like, okay, download that shit real quick. I also downloaded, I streamed because I streamed a couple of them. I streamed Brink. If you remember anything about my gaming history, Brink is a game that I bought back when I originally got my PS3. and my brother and I shared it. Like it was our shared console. And he picked up some game. I couldn't even tell you what it was, but I picked up Brink because of how cool I thought it looked. And I never played it after the first time because I couldn't wrap my tiny brain around it.
Yeah.
It very much was just because like it wasn't Call of Duty, and I was at that stage in gaming where like if a shooter's not Call of Duty, I can't mentally do it. But I got back into it, and like it's definitely a little weird because the controls are like all over the place. Like you run by holding L2. So that's a weird thing. And then you also shoot with L1 is to aim down and R1 is to shoot. So I had to like remap a bunch of shit just to like make it comfortable. But like once I got into the swing of it, I actually beat the first mission, which I never did personally when I was a kid. So that was a nice moment for me. But started streaming that, and that was pretty fun. Other than that, obviously I've been playing some Fortnite, getting the new battle pass going. The season's really fun so far. Nothing really crazy going on in Fortnite right now. I've gotten a couple cool clips. There's been really funny ones that have happened. I posted one over in our Discord of Ryan literally getting squashed by a truck that was fucking hilarious. And then what else we got going on? Apex every here and there with the haptic guys, but not having fun with it still. And on the opposite end, playing Overwatch and having so much fun with that.
The bug again.
I fell back in love with it immediately. Like they asked me to play one night and I was like, fuck it. Like I'll put the disc in, and it was like I hadn't left. Like I was playing Roadhog, which is my main, and I was just hitting hooks left and right, and like I was fucking killing it, and it felt really good. And like we didn't lose like a single game like that night, and that just kind of like reignited my love right before all this Overwatch 2 shit came out, which is very ironic. But then on to meme games. I played a Star Wars pod racing game from PS1.
The original pod racing game?
Yeah, I suck at it.
I remember when that came out.
Terrible at it. I've never played it before. Could not do it. I also played Greg Hastings Paintball, which is a first-person shooter paintball game in which there's professional paintballers.
Does that work? Yeah.
And like, it was fucking god awful. Like, it was the worst thing I think I've ever played in my life. What else did I stream? I played a couple others too, but there's a lot of like games to choose from on there. Nothing that I feel like, I don't think the $100 that it's going to be on February is going to be worth it for me when I get there. But for the moment, at least, like, you know, checking out games, like I want to try Ape Escape. I've never played that in my life just because never had that opportunity. And like a couple of the PS1 classics there that I've never touched before. So I'll check those out and then stream a couple others because the streaming actually worked really well, surprisingly.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, you definitely got to have a good internet connection. But I mean, personally, for me, it worked pretty well. So there's that. But yeah, and then we played live on stream Nicktoons All-Star Brawl.
I'm so happy we played that because I definitely was going to be like, I haven't played shit.
That's why I saved it for last, just in case.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's how you do it right there.
I played nothing.
Fuck, I didn't save it for last. I have more.
And all right, we'll get to that. Then get to your other stuff first.
I played so much this week. God damn it. Well, it's been
somebody had to.
Yeah, I'm holding up your end of the bargain. Yeah. I also played 2 demos, which we'll get to from Summer Games Fest. But I played Metal Hellsinger, which we'll get to in, I think it was in Summer Games Fest, the original stream, right?
Yeah.
And then I also played another game, which is on Steam that I can never remember the name of because I don't think it was that memorable. I am literally opening Steam as we speak. Midnight Fight Express.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. I played that as well. It's okay, but we'll get into that more when we're going through the news. Dude, I am
fire. And
I'm in love with that. You should. Like, honestly, you're downstairs, fucking get the download going.
Yeah. I'll get that started. There's another
order a milkshake and fucking do that.
halfway through that stream that I'll be right back sign comes
Yeah,
up.
100%. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. As far as movies and stuff and TV, Miss Marvel has just started streaming as of last week. We didn't really get to talk about that since we didn't record.
That's right.
Really liked the first episode. It was really cool. Second episode is also pretty cool.
I didn't even know it came. I gotta go up and watch it later.
That came out. Obi-Wan is really good. I don't care what people say. I like it a lot. Today's episode was really cool with some of the stuff they did. I was actually spoiled like 5 times throughout the day, ironically, because I was so busy at work that when I took the 3 or 4 bathroom breaks that I took, I like look at my phone for the millisecond of time that I had, and it was like spoiler, 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 spoiler. I'm like,
don't let up, man.
I was like, God damn it. One thing that's really cool is this dude that I used to watch their podcast of the Rex and Around show. They were a Star Wars podcast. They were like really like positive people in the community of like Star Wars fans, which is hard to come by. And he actually got to be on the show. He's in this episode.
Oh shit.
And everyone's like freaking out about it for him, like on like Twitter and Instagram. They're called because he's got like a blue hat on, so he's blue hat guy. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's Michael from Rex and Around." I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god, it's him!" And it was like pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, they had to stop recording the podcast last year because of this. Because he's like, I knew that I couldn't keep this in if we did record and keep talking about Star Wars. So like we just stopped until now, and now we'll come back because those NDAs
eating him up inside.
Oh yeah, dude. I would be freaking out. Like he's just like a background character that just exists, but like he's in Star Wars. Like
he's canon now.
That's the thing. He tweeted that out, and then the Star Wars official Twitter said, "You're canon in our galaxy now," or some shit like that.
I'm sure as a fan, that's life
insane.
Complete.
Yeah. Like, what do you do next? Nothing. There is nothing. He also is the CEO of those bikes, though, the Super 73 ones.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So, like, yeah, those motorized bicycles. Like, he's the CEO of that. So, like, dude's fucking rocking and rolling. But it's cool to see.
That's like if they drew you into Spider-Verse and let you voice yourself real quick as like a side character.
Bustin'. But I also watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. I finished that because I love it. I want to go back and watch it again just because this was me finishing the movie. I actually fell asleep the first time because I just watched it way too late at night, and I didn't realize how late it was. So when I started it, I was already like drowsy and probably shouldn't have, but you know, cool kids stay up after 2 a.m. So I just tried to do it. Fell asleep and then never got back to it until past weekend, and I was like, you know what, this is a phenomenal movie. This is the multiverse movie that Doctor Strange wishes it could have been. So
all right, well now I gotta watch it. I've been hearing good things about it.
Yeah, it is probably if it does not win Best Picture this year, there's something going on, because that's some bullshit, because it was phenomenal. But yeah. And then, you know, I'll probably go see some movies this weekend. I think Lightyear comes out, and then also Jurassic World is out, which isn't getting best reviews, but yeah. That's me.
See Lightyear. Well, like you said, I played Nickelodeon. What's that shit called? Nickelodeon, we got voice actors
what's
now.
That shit called?
Nickelodeon, we got voice actors now. We and Chris played that after which stream was that? The Xbox stream, right? Yeah, after the Xbox.
Yeah, it was the Xbox stream.
We had some random fun playing that because we wanted to play Rumbleverse.
Yeah.
But, the demo ended as we
played that.
The Xbox stream. I didn't get. Oh yeah, you did play that.
I forget. I played so many games, dude.
Good.
Fuck.
You're carrying the segment.
What am I doing with my life?
Playing games.
Shit. I got to do more with my life than that. God damn it.
I mean, you're doing more, but
sure.
You're playing the amount of games I wish I could play. The games I used to play. The amount of time I used to play the games.
Sorry to interrupt.
Single tier. But yeah, we played Nickelodeon Battle All-Star. I don't remember what it's called.
All-Star Brawl.
All-Star Brawl. We got voice actors now.
Yeah.
A really small text under it. That was a game. That was fun. It was fun
okay.
to play online with you.
It was definitely appreciated that it was a PlayStation free month game.
Yes.
Because if not, I would have been so pissed if I spent money on that, like, to actually play it. Oof, to say the least. It does make me think that Multiverses is gonna have to come out the gate swinging, but they're not gonna have to try too hard.
Yeah, it's funny because like it's fun in a way. Like I'm not taking this seriously, and we're just on here goofing around.
Yeah,
but if I like try to take that game seriously, I don't think I would consider it a great game. I will say having the voices in there now actually makes it feel alive because it just felt like this dead game before. You're playing it and there's nothing giving you those vibes like this is a fun upbeat time.
Yeah,
it's just these drone-ish characters that you recognize fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying a word.
It was also like simplistic, but also even more complicated than I thought it was going to be at the same time. Like the moves that you can do, like in Smash, like there's like back foot, like you can do a back hit, a forward hit, up and down. Yeah. There's only up and down for this game, but somehow it still feels more complicated the way that they're doing it. And I felt awkward on the controller the whole time.
Yeah.
We even had to remap our shit too.
Yeah, remapped it, and I still felt weird because I think also my like muscle memory is Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get back on after falling off the ledge, and I'm doing Smash Brothers stuff and just killing myself.
But that was like the one time I won out of the 8 games we played.
Who was I during that? Oh, that was Sandy.
That was Sandy.
Was that shit she got saying about Texas?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, it's cool that the voice acting is in there now, but it sure as hell is not that good. Like, it's like 4 lines. Like, it's the Woody Doll pull string effect. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
I feel like the Multiverses is going to have like endless shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they can just constantly get the voice actors in the booth and just be like, hey, record 8 more lines for me. Thank you. Cool. And then like,
that's it.
Yeah. But
it seems like on the Nickelodeon one, it almost seems like they scrubbed through all the cartoons and just took like random lines from the cartoons and put them in there.
100% that. I agree entirely.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's it. That's all I played. And I also watched Ms. Marvel, the first episode. I got to go watch the second one.
All right. You been watching anything else in the meantime, or are you just chilling?
Pretty much chilling. We will get to it, but we watched all those streams of the new stuff.
Oh yeah, true.
All the Summer Game Fest stuff, and I like how Keighley we can just make this transition right into news. But
all right,
Keighley just owns this year of game announcements because even though there's separate events like Xbox, Bethesda, Capcom, et cetera, it's all under their the Summer Game Fest hashtag. I mean, if I was Keighley, I'd be like, man, I killed that. I own games right now.
Yeah.
So how did my question for that is like, how do you think? Because E3 said they're coming back next year. So how do you think they coexist now? I could see a world where companies like, nah, we're gonna go with Keighley.
I could see them doing a little bit of both, like giving the reveal to Keighley and then like doing like gameplay or like showing the same thing that they showed at Summer Games Fest or whatever platform that it is, whether it be the Game Awards or whatever else he decides to randomly do throughout the year. But
right.
If I'm a game studio, I'm more so heading towards Keighley because I like his production a little bit more. Plus, he actually cares about it, if that makes sense. Like, he's actually playing, like, he's playing these games. Like, he's not just standing on the stage with his weird shoes and, like, claiming to know that he knows what we're talking about. Like, he plays these games. He sits there and puts in the time. Yeah. He just has a mouth and a fucking microphone that, like, streams to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people.
Right.
Which, good for him.
Right.
But yeah, Summer Games Fest, though. We want to run this down top to bottom.
How about we do Well, I guess we won't know for each other like what our standouts were.
I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top of my head. There are a couple that are like I want to play, but I'm also the bad at names guy.
No,
So like I'm gonna end up like, you know, goofing some shit. But
we can go top to bottom. It's cool.
I feel like we like speed run this top to bottom.
All right,
if that sounds cool.
I'm down.
So I got the Game Awards stream up right now from the Summer Games Fest. We streamed this ourselves over on our channel. If you want to go watch the whole thing and get the in-depth thoughts that we had, mainly us joking the whole time because, yeah. Starting off the stream, Street Fighter 6. They came out showing us new gameplay from the character Guile, right? Is that what his name is?
Yep.
Flat top hair guy. Sure
Sonic
looks like
Boom
Street
himself.
Fighter.
It does, but this is the most interesting Street Fighter since Street Fighter 4, in my opinion. With the new mode they have, I forgot, I don't know what it's called yet.
Like the street thing.
Yeah, the street in Street Fighter. They put
It's like the
street
NBA
in
Street
Fighter. This one, yeah. It's that walking around the city and campaign-esque mode.
I like that a lot. I think that's a cool addition to it. Like it also takes it out of the locked camera position too, which is pretty neat to me.
Right. So I think this Street Fighter will have more to offer than we've gotten in a couple years now.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm tempted to pick it up personally myself.
Yeah, and people, me too. And I haven't cared. Like again, I haven't cared about Street Fighter since the first version of Street Fighter 4 before they re-released it over and over. But and it's getting very, very good reviews. Like people who have played it at Summer Game Fest and just game personalities and like people are saying Street Fighter this is it. They've done a good job with this Street Fighter.
Nice. I can't wait to see what that does, how that does when that comes out. But next up in the stream, they showed us there's a lot of horror games. I'm gonna like start that off just as a basic,
disclaimer
that I'm not going to be touching a lot of these, but they started off with Aliens after Street Fighter Dark Descent. Really cool cinematic that they showed. It looks like it's going to be a top-down type tactics or like World of Warcraft look. Yeah. It's also funny because like I definitely keep calling everything a MOBA, which is not the game type. It's more like the camera angle, and like it was funny because I think John was in the stream and I was like killing him because I kept calling everything a MOBA.
Yeah,
but it's that same like what is it like the strategy game like XCOM's like that, right? And like
action,
Dota
RPG,
yeah, like
kinda.
That over the top like almost RuneScape-esque like camera angle. I can't do.
It's like the Ultimate Alliance. It's like Diablo is the prime example.
Yeah, 100%. I can't do them personally. I used to try back when I was younger and shit, but like I just can't anymore. I don't know what it is, and it just doesn't do anything for me. The only one that's done anything has been like Hades in like the past God knows how long. But yeah, Alien Dark Descent doesn't look terrible by any means. The cinematic was pretty cool, but after that they showed yet another horror-based game, the Callisto Project, which we have seen a lot of so far. And by project, I mean protocol, Callisto Protocol. Sorry. I was waiting for it to fade up because I'm literally watching the video as it's live. Gotcha. But this was the gorier version, right?
Yeah, the extended cut.
Yeah. These are from the people that make Dead Space, so like it's very Dead Space-y itself. It's weird to me because like I don't know much about Dead Space itself, but
likewise,
it's one of those things where it's like it's hard for me to differentiate the two. Like you could just give me this trailer without a name and I would tell you it's Dead Space, but it's
honestly
not.
Out of all the quote unquote horror games, that one, Callisto Protocol, to me is the most interesting. Like if I picked one to play, I would pick this one. This one looks like it has a lot behind it. Like it's not just going to be scare for the sake of scare. It looks like it's an action. It looks like it's a full experience, if that makes sense.
They did show us some cool like killing methods as well that they added on there, where you can like use this gravity gun to like pick up what I can only assume are zombies and like throw them into like moving fan blades and shit, which is pretty neat to like kill them. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not my cup of tea when it comes to these type of games. Like I don't like horror games, as you can tell from the stream and the new meme of bullshit jump scare.
Bullshit jump scare.
That's gonna be a shirt sooner or later.
Available on Gamepass.
Day one. But yeah, Callisto Project. It's looking pretty good. Liking the way
Protocol.
that looks. Project sounds better to me. I'm sorry.
Change the name.
Like the Callisto Project just sounds like more like a horror game as opposed to Protocol. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb.
Who made that? Striking Distance Studios? Change the name.
Change it, bitch. Next up, Call of Duty.
Wet Molotovs.
Wet Molotovs. We need to get like actual scientific proof about that, of whether or not the rag, if it's wet with water, will light or not. But they showed us a full mission. It looks like a Call of Duty. Just maybe like a little bit better textures, because obviously
they just get prettier. That's it.
Yeah. Nothing really special when it comes to like the gunplay. It's really kind of boring as of this point, and it's not even because it's bad. It's just because we've seen it so often that it's become mundane.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just confuses me, like how long the series is going to go. Like how long or how many stories that are just war based are we going to get from Call of Duty?
After the acquisition that it was going to skip a year. I think it was next year or the year after. They're skipping a year.
Even with that, it's like I don't understand what else there is to do. Like you've beaten the dead horse of war so much that I'm like, I don't care anymore when it comes to these guys. Like they tried to reinvent themselves with like the future stuff, and then everyone hated it. Meanwhile, I'm like, it was cool in the back, But
like I liked which game did you just mention?
There's Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, I liked that one too. And I was like, why is this one getting bad reviews? Like people were talking like shit about it. It's not boots on the ground. Like this one's fun
boots on
though.
Ground. But
this one's fun though. Like that's the difference. We don't want a fun game. We just want what we always had.
Yeah. That's also because you and I were both playing Titanfall 2 at the same time. We're like, oh my God, this is really cool. Oh, Call of Duty's doing it as well?
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, I like that game.
Boots on ground. Wah.
No.
That's a t-shirt we need.
Boots on ground. Wah.
It's just a baby crying in the middle of the screen, but they're wearing the ghost beanie.
Back of the shirt, across the shoulders, boots on the ground.
What do we have up next? Next up, there was an announcement of a game that I can't remember the name off at the top of my head, but it's like a
game.
The 30 years later, yeah.
Flashback 2.
Flashback 2. What is that? Should I know?
Flashback was, I don't even know how to. It's like a platformer, like a sci-fi platformer, but in the early years of like PC.
Okay.
Like, it was really known for like, it was very stylish and like it moved in a way like where common platformers didn't. I'm trying to think of a game that's sort of similar, maybe early Prince of Persia type side-scrolling game.
Okay.
But more obviously it's futuristic. And then this is the sequel.
All
30
right.
years later.
30 years. Yeah, it looks okay. I'm not too into those types of games as well.
I'm not really interested in Flash.
But next up, I am slightly interested in this one, Witchfire. This is a game that you can currently wishlist this over on Steam. Early access is coming out soon. It's on the Epic, actually not on Steam. It's on the Epic Game Store. My bad about that. But this one looks really cool.
Dope.
It looks very, very much like, well, it's a first-person shooter. Let's get that out of the way first, which a lot of these games are. But first-person shooter Dark Souls almost.
Yeah.
So, like, that's cool. The
like
environments.
We kept saying it was a Elden Ring with a gun.
Elden Ring with a gun, yes. It looks cool. Like I like the idea of it. I don't know. It looks. I'm going to use your word before you can. Frenetic. I'm sorry to steal it from you. There's a lot of games that we're going to be able to talk about that sound like that or look like that rather, but it's just cool. Like seeing like knights with like Gatling guns and shit, and
Right.
like magic is
It has
pretty
the
neat.
whole Doom thing where you can like shoot, punch.
Yeah, it looks so neat. Like just watching the gameplay back, like I'm just like enthralled by like all the magic and shit that you can use to like take these enemies down. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this to come out, but Witchfire coming out soon on
Sure.
early access. Go wishlist that on the Epic's Game Store.
Yeah,
Next
free.
up, I think this is another horror game.
What's next? Fort Solace.
Yes, Fort Solace. This is the one with the two voice actors that came on stage. It was just a cinematic, so I don't really know what it is.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I agree. It was one of those games where it was like, I don't know what this is going to be.
Yeah. There's also not much like with it. I think there is some gameplay that's shown that's like kind of cut in intermittently, but like you can't really tell what's going on.
Right.
And it's not like a bad thing per se, but I can't really give thoughts on it.
It's more sci-fi horror, pretty much.
We
has
did
the same kind of Dead
100%
Space
talk.
atmosphere.
We talked over them a lot too in this part because we just didn't really didn't grab us like, and I hate to be that way, but like they were talking the whole time. We were just like talking about how fucking Troy Baker is attractive.
Oh yeah. I forgot
Like,
about that. Go watch our VODs. Please go watch the VODs.
The whole time it was just us like, Troy Baker is fucking hot, yo. Like that was it. We're just like,
I announced that was Chris's like has his hall pass, like if he could go gay for a day.
That's my Ryan Reynolds right there, like of like the attractive male. That I'm like, yeah, I can admit that. They talked for so long. I'm trying to like hit the arrow button to like get past it, but it's so much.
I think it's we ended up talking like that, like all jokes aside, because at this point this is like the third, fourth like horror sci-fi games. Like, all right,
yeah,
y'all are really killing it. We had the aliens thing, Callisto Protocol, and then Call of Duty, and then this. It was like, all right, and I think there's another one in this list, but they're really like pushing the sci-fi horror this year.
What was this one called again? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with fucking names.
The one we just were talking about, Fort Solace?
Yeah, Fort Solace, yeah. So after that was another, like literally right after, another horror type survival game called Routine, which had a very small trailer. This is actually the origin of bullshit jump scare, I'm pretty sure, because it was the light. Because like
that's right.
Yeah, you walked into the light that was hanging, and it was like so loud and unnecessary. I'm like, that's a bullshit jump scare. But it has like these like weird looking robots and stuff, and you have like a camcorder gun type thing.
Yeah, that's like some Kojima shit.
Yeah, it's from Lunar Software and Raw Fury, PC, Xbox One, and Game Pass. Nothing besides that like small little snippet of a trailer that there was. But after that, let me scroll ahead a little bit because after that we got the best part of the show,
which was, I don't remember,
the walking thumb from Spy Kids 1 with a little bit more pectoral muscles, The Rock.
Oh yeah, man! I went on Twitter and there were so many people talking about this Rock segment. They were all like, "What the hell was that?" It was just an ad. It was a Rock ad. It was every single thing he's a part of in one phone call that he made to Geoff Keighley.
It was weird, honestly, because I watched it back and I was like, was there an actual point to this? Because like I was like trying to think like genuinely, was there like a reason this was done?
I thought it was for Black Adam.
It was that. But like the way that they got there was so convoluted.
Was like everything.
It started with, hey, I was in Fortnite. That's it. That's the start of it. Like, hey, we're at a game thing right now, Summer Games Fest. I was in Fortnite. Also, I'm here lifting weights in my Iron Paradise. Look at the logo in the background of Project Rock.
In my Under Armour Project Rock.
Yeah, right. Literally that. And then he keeps
my Zoa.
Keep showing the Zoa. Just keep showing it. Meanwhile, when he's not showing it, it doesn't matter because in the background there's a Zoa cooler. So the whole time there is Zoa on screen.
Like, for those who haven't seen it, if he's standing in the forefront of a gym, perfectly in the spot where you can see like the shirt he has on, the Project Rock shirt, and then over his,
he's not wearing a shirt, sir. He's nude.
Oh, that's right. And
there's a giant flag.
There's a giant flag in the back that has the Project Rock, and then over this shoulder is the Zoa machine while he's talking at you about Fortnite, also Zoa, Black Adam. Was there anything else he was talking about that had something to do with himself?
I'm pretty sure that was it. That might have been it, but then it led into the trailer itself, which had been out 24 hours prior.
Yeah.
So, like, why? You know, like, there was no reason. Like, here's the thing. You don't show the trailer the day before it. Sure, that's pretty cool to see at Summer Games Fest, like, for the first time. Cool. But, like, not needed, unnecessary, a waste of time, more of a meme. I feel like it's the biggest meme of the show, if anything.
It was definitely, I think they thought it would come off differently.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's The Rock. But every reaction I saw to that was everybody like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah. And then, the trailer itself is okay.
But it would have came off differently if that was the world premiere of the trailer.
Yeah, 100%.
Then I'm like, okay, I get it.
I do find it's so funny that more memes have come out about this trailer, because while the trailer looks like, okay, this is a superhero movie. Well, not really. He's not a hero. He's like a anti-hero, kind of. More of a villain most times, but whatever. Fucking The Rock came out like the next day and tweeted, "This is the first ever superhero movie to not use CGI." Which is the stupidest tweet, and like he's been flamed for it.
I don't think that's true.
It's not true. And then there are all these people that like hopped into like Twitter and were like pushing their glasses up like, oh no. But people are trying to make the argument that work on a green screen is different than CGI, which is incorrect. Because it falls under the umbrella of CGI. So CGI is computer-generated imagery, anything that is used to enhance an image. If you are filming something on a green screen, you are CGI. Then using computer-generated images to put something on there, so it's not just a green screen.
Right.
That's what you're doing. Not only that, like, it's also bullshit, because let's just say he is on the green screen, and we're going to say that. He's on wires, so he's being suspended by wires. Those wires are pulling on the fabric of the clothing. They need to use CG to fucking make the suit smooth.
And to get the wires out of there.
Exactly. Literally so stupid. It's such a funny argument. And I'm like, you guys are bad. And The Rock is bad too. But so
that might be the one thing The Rock looks back on like, we could have did that better.
Yeah. We use no CGI here, right? Like, I caught that rocket and ran at that super speed. Also, I definitely punched that jet myself, right? That jet exploded right next to me. Yeah. Fucking stupid.
And then I landed and went to the Iron Paradise.
And drank my Zoa while dropping in on Fortnite. Hashtag ad.
There was a smoother way to do that. He could have been like, what's his name on Fortnite?
The Foundation.
Yeah, he could have. A cool way to do that was, what's up, everybody? The Foundation here. I'm just here to tell you about my new movie, Black Adam. Show the trailer, and you're out.
Yeah, maybe hold up the Zoa for a second. That's all you need.
Or he's drinking it as it comes on, like, oh hey,
I didn't see you there. Right. As I'm holding you my cell phone with the shittiest fucking footage from a fucking iPhone 4 camera. On the selfie cam. Jesus Christ, Keighley, come on.
Tell us
I know you need money, but
tell us we're wrong. Come on the show.
Yeah, right. That'll never happen. But next up, they showed some Outriders footage. DLC. That game has been out. Some more DLC, new endgame stuff. It sure looks like Destiny, but different.
Yeah.
Did we play this? Is this the game that we played that one time and we didn't like too much?
I think I wouldn't say we didn't like it. I think we had a better time than we thought. But I don't think we were like amped to come back and do it again.
Mm.
I didn't dislike it. It just felt like Gears of War.
Yeah.
But with powers and not just guns and stuff.
After that was the only Nintendo Switch stuff that we ever got, which was literally them saying, "Hey, we have stuff," and just showed a trailer of stuff.
Yeah,
that we already knew about.
Mm-hmm.
So
the rumored direct from Nintendo is June 29th.
Gotcha. That still hasn't been like confirmed yet, right?
No, not by Nintendo, but all the Twitter insiders, they're like the 29th. So sometime I feel like even if it moves that date, we are going to get a direct before the end of June.
100%. I hope so, at least. After that, we got some footage, like a nice live like Fall Guys thing. It's free to play, coming soon. You had a couple content creators from 100 Thieves in there. You had Valkyrie and Courage JD just show up and make a little bit of a cameo in there.
Mm-hmm.
But Fall Guys is a interesting and fun game. It's a nice party game. Now that it's free to play, I'm hoping that maybe we'll play that a couple times. It literally is just Wipeout, and it's like
we could have been doing that.
True, but like now that it's free to play, we can get anybody in too. Okay, so it's not just us two,
Right.
So that works out pretty nice. I think it's crossplay too. I could be wrong, but yeah. It's also funny to me that they actually pitch it as a game show. Like it's actually a game show game. So it is Wipeout. So that's pretty cool.
I'm surprised it doesn't say crossplay. It just says
it
massive
could be
multiplayer
already.
battle royale, obstacle course, more players. Fall Guys is free to play. Season 1 free for all. Technically, the 7th season of Fall Guys will be available June 21st. PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PC. There's no excuse to not jump into the 60-player carnage of Fall Guys. Yeah, and this says nothing about crossplay. But at this point, I feel like it should be.
Yeah. Next up, from Frost Giant Studios, we got a trailer for Stormgate. Trailer was pretty neat. Had like a giant mech fighting a giant demon spawn, looking like Chernobog.
I do remember this now.
Yeah,
and they didn't show they did show the a gameplay picture. And it was afterwards when the guys were talking, and you were like, "I knew it." It was another overhead.
Another overhead one. Yeah, they were talking for a bit. That's always what ends up happening too. Like it's like the most beautiful animated Love, Death, and Robots looking trailer. And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's not gonna look like that in game, which is fine. But it's like, I don't know. Next up, what is this game? I forget. I like the look of this game. If I can get to the end, High Water, coming 2022. This is the world premiere of that. It looks like a post-apocalyptic world. You're going around a little boat from Rogue Games. It looks pretty neat. I like the look of it. Like it's low poly, but not like in a bad way. Textures are not like 10 out of 10 Last of Us remastered, spoiler alert. But it gets the job done to tell the story it's trying to tell.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's a bunch of like different corporation stuff going on. Like there's evil corporation, but there's also like almost like cartel gang member type things going on. And you're just like this group of people that are trying to survive, which looks pretty neat.
Didn't look bad at all. Like a zone out kind of. I feel like I would play this like on something portable, like on a couch or something like that.
What do we have after that? Sorry guys, we are slowly typing through this.
Yes, making our way.
Next up, they talked about Replaced for a second, and how that's pushed back for a decent bit because of the obvious reasons of the war going on right now. They gave their thoughts and prayers to them, which obviously same from our end as well, because that looked really cool, and it's sad to not get it anytime soon. But
priorities are priorities.
Yeah.
Bigger fish to fry.
Next up was a weird one. American Arcadia.
Oh, the Truman Show game.
Yeah. from Raw Fury. I think this is like the second game from Raw Fury we saw in Out of the Blue.
Mhm.
I like the way this looks so much. Another low poly game too, which is interesting.
Mhm. It looked like something that'd be fun, like if you did like Figure Friday and we all like follow along.
Yeah. Like this seems very much like almost Stanley Parable-ish, kind of like with like the creepiness of it and like the there's something else going on here type
Right.
thing. They do like communicate that pretty well when, you know, you escape as your character
True.
and you're running away. It very much feels like Limbo as well, with like the way that like the direction you're running, like left to right, but like with the camera slowly moving and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's also that, what's the other game that they made? There's Limbo and then Inside.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like Inside a little bit more to me, which is cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I like Inside.
But well, yeah, we'll
this
see what that
style
happens.
Of game, I don't mind at all.
Yeah, and that's it's coming to PC and console, but you can wishlist it now on Steam. So go check that out over there. I will definitely be doing so, and most likely playing it on the Steam Deck, which I'm falling back in love with.
Good.
What do we got up next from the Epic Games Store? This is phenomenal.
Goat Simulator 3.
Goat Simulator 3, which they skipped too, which is confirmed. On the stream, we literally were like, wait, was there a 2 or are we just old and we didn't realize this?
Yeah.
But
it
they
fooled
skipped
everyone
2.
though. And then people were all online. They just came out and said it's a joke.
Yeah.
There's no 2.
The trailer was also like a parody of something, right? Wasn't it like a parody of like Dead Island or some shit?
Oh, it is? I don't know.
I don't remember the exact game. I could be wrong with that, but I know that it was like a meme on something. Let me actually look it up right now.
Which one? Oh, the presentation started off by looking like a recut of the iconic trailer from a long MIA Dead Island 2.
Did I say
just
Dead
so
Island?
happens to have, yes, you did. Which just so happens to have one of the greatest announcement trailers of all time. But it wasn't a Dead Island 2 trailer. Was it a coffee stain? Were they trying to say? No, it was a parody trailer revealing the Goat Simulator 3. That Goat Simulator 3 is not only in development, but coming to the Epic Games Store and console platforms this year.
I will play it. I like Goat Simulator. I think it's fun.
I never played it. I've just watched a bunch of people play it.
Yeah. It's definitely like, I feel like this is the originator of all the simulator games that like kind of made it pop off, if that makes sense. Like the original Goat Simulator, like when that first came out, like that was such a hit. Like it was memed on. It was very meta with a lot of the different things that was going on in the actual game itself.
Right.
And obviously I feel like they're going to keep that up with this one already parodying a Dead Island trailer with this, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, go wishlist that on Steam and check out some Goat Simulator. But next up, a game that I am excited for that I probably shouldn't be for.
What?
Midnight Suns.
Well, I mean, why shouldn't you?
Because it's literally the game that I say that I don't like. So there's that. But new trailer. We still haven't gotten much gameplay. Like we've gotten a little bit here and there, like random places. But they announced Spider-Man is one of the characters that we're gonna be able to play as, and they also showed what the main villain kind of looks like, what it's gonna be. So it's like this woman demon who's kind of taking control of some of the Marvel bad guys and some of the good guys as well. Started off with Venom, who looked really cool in this trailer. Like just this trailer alone is just phenomenally made, and it gave me like vibes of the OG Ultimate Alliance, where like they would release the trailers before the game, and you were like, "Wow, this is like really cinematic and whatnot."
But Venom's ass game.
Venom's got a very juicy dumpy in this this game. Trailer. Yeah. But yeah, Spider-Man's suit looks really cool. The regular one by itself, and then also the updated one that they give him for fighting alongside of all of these dope characters like Blade and Ghost Rider and Magic. I'm loving the look of this game so far.
Yeah, stylistically, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, that Spidey suit is so nice too. But yeah, they also showed off. I think that's one of the characters that walked out with the main villain to fight was what's his name? The dude from Infinity War that was with Thanos. Cull Obsidian, the big guy with the hammer type thing.
Oh yeah,
I think that's the first one that comes out. Then it's Scarlet Witch, and then Venom. And then Hulk shows up at the end, and he's got like some cool horns and stuff. It's
they went crazy on the style of the characters.
And then you can pre-order it to get Doctor Strange Defender's skin right now. Right after this went offline, you could pre-order the game, which is hilarious to me. Like all these versions of the games are out so far that you can pre-order, but like we have gotten very minimal gameplay for this, so I don't know what version I want, but that's just me. Next up, I'm gonna let you take it.
I'm assuming next up, because I'm looking at a list, but I'm skipping around because some of the things are out of order. So I'm assuming next is Cuphead.
It is Cuphead. There you go.
Yes, I've been looking forward to Cuphead since the first Cuphead ended. Since I beat that and they announced that there would be DLC years ago. This is years late. I forgot when it was originally supposed to drop. But yeah, man, it has a Chalice, the lady character, new character, and a bunch of new bosses, new stages, and I just really can't wait to dive back into more Cuphead action, get frustrated all over again, and want to punch something but not stop playing.
I feel like the pushback of it almost worked a little bit to its favor though, with like the Netflix series, because like they introduced Chalice in that show towards the end,
right?
So like I think that was a really not obviously I don't think it was on purpose, but like I think it was good that they held off or like kept working on it or whatever, and then we got to see Chalice for the first time in the show, and now we're like, okay, now we get to play her as well, which is really neat.
And once they announced it, I was like, all right, well, the delay makes sense now.
Yeah. And that comes out later this month at the very end, June 30th.
Yep.
So you could definitely expect to see some OGs with the OG of that, most likely.
I'm playing me some delicious last course.
I really love the gameplay they showed too of the boss fight. Like it was very
the ice guy.
Yeah, like the platforming to get to the second stage of the fight was really cool. But then also like how anxious I was the whole time whoever was playing was playing.
Yo, whoever was playing is nice. They're just barely dodging they weren't hit once.
They weren't hit once, and then they literally almost got hit at the very end, like right when the knockout happens.
Yeah.
They're in between touching the boss and the eyeball that's about to touch them. And then right when the knockout comes out, then they even duck to avoid the fucking eyeball. So they would have missed it anyway, which is insane.
Someone has A1 ability playing that game.
Yeah. Kudos to that person, because that's literally the most insane gameplay I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But moving on from Cuphead, what do we have next? We're not even halfway, which is the insane part, and we still have Xbox and technically Devolver. And I mean, Capcom really. We
could just talk about what we picked out of Capcom. Capcom's going to take 2 minutes to talk about.
Yeah. Next up from motherfucking mainstream though is this card-based demon game that looks very fun, frenetic, and
neon white.
Interesting. Neon white.
Annapurna.
Yeah. I'm still thrown off by the lack of like gun or something in the hand of the player, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It got surprisingly, I don't want to say surprisingly, because we don't know anything about it because it comes out tomorrow. But
it does. Shit.
June 16th. But because I didn't know that until today when I saw the reviews dropped, and the reviews are like high, like 9, 8, 9. I was like, oh shit.
Anna was posted about that they were getting like really high reviews for this, so that's pretty neat. I like the look of it. I like the look. but it's on Steam and Switch.
I think I want to watch somebody play this first.
Yeah. I'm also curious how much it's going to be. I mean, I could definitely look at Steam and see that, but I'm also not caring too much at the moment. Next up, Midnight Fight Express.
You know all about this?
I don't know all about it per se. I did play it on Figure Friday. I played this in Metal Hellsinger. It's okay. It reminds me a lot of if you took Sifu and My Friend Pedro and mixed them together. It's not bad, but it's also like it's just a spam, like a button spammer, but then also like you have to like pay attention to like blocking and stuff. Combat's ironically and somewhat similar to the Arkham Batman games with the blocking and punching. The guns are fun.
This article says it's a mashup of Hotline Miami and Gang Beasts.
I don't know about Gang Beasts. Gang Beasts is a bit of a stretch, if I'm going to be honest.
But yeah, from what I watched on yours, I don't see Gang Beasts.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, like the style reminds me of Gang Beasts, like the look of it slightly, but like it does not. It plays weirdly like Batman Arkham City. Like when it comes to the melee fighting, like you can like go back and forth between two people just punching, and like it looks like you're like teleporting back and forth like superhuman like. But there's that. It's okay. The demo is fun to play. If you go play it on Steam, go check it out. It's a long demo. I didn't even beat the demo myself. And I played it for like an hour. It felt like it, honestly. But yeah, I mean, and also the dialogue's really good. Like it's all written, so like there's no voice acting, but the dialogue is written really well. It's cool the way that they introduce it to you and like set up the world. So I was a big fan of that. Next up was some Warframe shit, which we're gonna skip past because I haven't played Warframe since it first came out, and I don't think that's a game you can just casually get back into anymore.
More Warframe for people who want to play Warframe.
Yeah. But coming from the people in the Genshin Impact who make Genshin Impact, comes Zenless Zone Zero. ZZZ.
Yeah, Zenless Zone Zero.
This game, they did show a little bit of gameplay, I believe. That was
of the anime games. This was the one. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Looked very Final Fantasy, mixed with Genshin, obviously. I'm curious to see if it's actually going to be like a hero fighter type thing where it's like you have these specific people and you have them all unlocked, or if it's going to be like Genshin where you need to open up the gacha and like, you know, pay to unlock characters. But
we're going to see.
The gameplay looks really cool. It's literally an anime in 3D, straight up.
Yeah, it looks great. It says futuristic urban action RPG. So, because I was sitting here, like, it looks more action than, like, it doesn't look turn-based, I should say.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah, I was thinking more Final Fantasy VII, like the RPG
the
one.
remake. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, the remake, whatever it is. I don't know. Next up again is you. One that you're going to be playing this fucking week, yo.
This was next?
This was next.
Wasn't there an
after
anime game
ZZZ.
right after this or before this?
I don't believe
two
so.
of them back to back?
There was Zenless Zone Zero. Scroll back.
Star Rail?
Oh yeah, somehow I skipped past that. Yeah, Honkai Star Rail. Sorry. This one was the turn-based one.
Yeah, this looks, yeah.
It was like in like space as well, which was weird because they didn't look like they were dressing like they were in space. They looked like they were dressing like they were in Genshin Impact, which is fine.
They had some dope weapons. Like their weaponry was pretty good.
Yeah, it's cool and all. But since that's not really what we focus on, sorry, Genshin Impact people. Can't take it away.
TMNT Shredder's Revenge comes out tomorrow. If you're listening to this, it's out today. If you're a video watcher, it came out yesterday. I there's nothing left to say about Shredder's Revenge.
I mean, there is. Casey was announced.
Casey Jones was announced, but yeah. All we've been wanting is the release date, and we finally got it.
Yep.
And it's happened, and I can't wait to jump into it. This is also getting pretty good reviews, which even if this could have got all ones, and I'm like, nah, I don't care. I'm gonna go play it. But I truly don't know what else to say at this point. I think I've talked this up enough.
Yeah.
And then by the time this comes out, people will be playing it, including myself. And
there's also one more thing that was announced that was really cool about, like, that we didn't know about.
what?
6-player
multiplayer. 6-player multiplayer. We got to set up a time, get some NGPs, and just really go crazy.
I got to figure out what console I'm buying this on, because in theory, I could get it on PlayStation. But if I got it on Steam, I could play it both on my computer and on my Steam Deck casually.
Yeah. That seems like a way to go.
The Switch doesn't exist for me anymore.
It's also on Game Pass.
It is on Game Pass. It's a day one Game Pass too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that because that's free. I don't know if it's PC Game Pass though. If it's, it could just be console Game Pass.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, it just says regular Game Pass. It doesn't say PC Game Pass. I'll check, but we'll see what happens.
True that.
Yeah, you'll expect a fucking stream. Expect a stream of that, guys.
You will expect maybe more than one stream.
Most likely. You will probably play the fuck out of this game. So
you're probably going to see me stream it, and then there's probably gonna be another one where there's just us streaming it.
Yeah.
Get some people to jump in, maybe.
Next up after this, the final beta for Super People was announced, which is coming soon on August 17th, 2022. If you know what Super People is, it is a battle royale similar to kind of Warzone-ish, but with the movement of like regular Call of Duty, like the regular multiplayer. And every single time you go in, you get a different superpower. Like you could choose what power you want, like super speed, you want to jump really high, kind of like Superman bounding building type thing, X-ray vision, other stuff like that. It's really neat. I've seen some gameplay on Twitch, some streamers and whatnot. You can get some really cool clips from it where, you relocate with your super speed because you're getting pinned down by a sniper and they don't see you dart across the way and get behind them so you can take them out and help your team out, which is really cool.
That's dope.
But yeah, I mean, I might try that beta. I missed out on the previous ones. And I'm interested in it as a whole, but we'll see what happens. After that, humankind rather. It introduced the cultures of Latin America to the game. Not my type of game, personally. It's almost like sim-based.
It's like a Civ game. It's like Civilization.
Yeah, not my type of thing. Never has been, never will be. Art looks cool on it though, but that's about all I got. There was a secondary trailer for it as well. That was a mix of live action. Apparently it's coming soon to Xbox Game Pass. That's what that secondary trailer was about. So there's that.
It's coming to Game Pass.
Next up, One Piece Odyssey. Pretty much just a One Piece game. I mean, it looks straight up like the anime.
Yeah. As
the game. 2022, all consoles and Steam. Actually, not Nintendo Switch. Apologies. After that, what do we get? I'm trying to like speed run some of these because not all
a lot to get to.
We got a lot to get to, and not all of these are super interesting. Go watch the VOD if you want in-depth thoughts. Next up was Soul Hackers. Let me go through this. That Soul Hackers 2 pre-order is available now. It's available on 8/26/22, coming soon. Looks like a turn-based, anime-based RPG type thing.
I think this is where I had to leave and come back.
Yeah, this is like the coupon thing. Talking about like Capcom and like, oh, you can get coupons for different games and shit.
Arcades.
Yeah. All right,
Capcom
next
Arcade
up,
Stadium is cool.
Metal Hellsinger.
There you go.
Metal Hellsinger is phenomenal, to say the least. I played it on Figure Friday. Go check out that VOD. Clips from TikTok and shit coming soon as well once I go do that. The music in this game is phenomenal. The
Yes.
gameplay is so fucking fun. The only thing I didn't like was the sword. Didn't feel great upon first playing, but it's so good. It's so fucking good. I can't say anything besides it's good.
Listen, as somebody who just watched Chris play this, it's so satisfying, and I didn't play it. It was satisfying to watch. I can only imagine how it felt to play.
It felt good. I mean, here's the thing too, like that was my second time playing through. I probably should have just waited and then did my like live reactions of like my first impressions, because I probably would have. My first impressions, I was like freaking out, like at like 1 a.m, like, oh my god, like, you know, parents sleeping and shit.
Yeah.
But it's just so fun, and once you beat it one time, you just want to go back and play it again. Just keep playing the demo over and over, and you can. And like there's like a ranking, like a leaderboard for like how many points you get, and like keeping your multiplier up at 16 the whole time. So I was really excited about that, and it looked really fucking fun, to say the least.
Music, man.
Yeah, it's good.
It was fire.
If you're a metal fan, which I mean, I'm not super into like just straight up metal, but like some of the second song that you play after the tutorial with the female vocalist,
That was the one.
So fucking good.
I'm not a metal fan at all, but in conjunction with the gameplay and how the mechanic that lets you level up the music, it made anything sound good.
Yeah, it made me happy to have a rhythm game as well too, because I feel like we don't get many rhythm games anymore.
No, we don't.
Unless it's like, you know, fucking Just Dance or DDR or something like in an actual arcade, you know.
Right.
Like Guitar Hero and Rock Band are both dead. The only ones that are still going are like the Rocksmith one, where like you actually use a real guitar. But I don't really count that personally. But yeah, it's go play the demo. If you haven't played the demo, go play the fucking demo, because
please,
it is so worth it. After that, in that giant Metal Hellsinger, they talked about The Quarry a little bit, which is out now. Which, you know, it looks like what it is. It's pretty much Until Dawn, but a different story, different group of teenagers, actors that you'll recognize. It's got the dude from Pokemon Detective Pikachu in it, Brenda Song from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, couple others that I'm just not good at remembering names of, but you know, that's the case. It's a good game. I want to play it personally, but I might just end up watching it because that's just how I go through these games personally.
Right.
But yeah, The Quarry.
The Quarry.
What was next? Nightingale.
I don't even remember what this is. I don't think I saw this one.
I don't know if you did. I don't think you were downstairs for this one when we were live.
I'm looking at the trailer, like scrubbing through the trailer now.
It looks kind of like Ark, but more like evolved, if that makes sense. Like more in the future.
It said it's a shared world survival crafting game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things.
Like RuneScape, Minecraft, but also the thing that was interesting about this one, which I did bring up, so there are cards involved in the game, but the way that you use them isn't like a card game that you would like, not the stuff that you don't like. It's more so like you get these cards and you use them to like open a portal to different dimensions with different materials and different monsters and shit inside. But while you have that open, it looks like they can also come into whatever world you're using as a home base. So that's a thing. It looked pretty neat. I don't know if it's anything that I'm personally like going at, but it looked okay. Definitely, I think it needs a little bit more polishing. Some of the animations were a little bit staggered with some of the bosses that were a little too big for the environment. There was a part, I think it's if you go to the actual Summer Games Fest live stream, if you go to 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 21 seconds, there's like a boss that just like jitters because the model is in too much of an enclosed space. So like the model doesn't know what to do.
Huh.
I noticed it when I was watching it there and I didn't bring it up, but I saw it again here and it reminded me.
Yeah,
but
brought you right back.
It looks like you can build your own like communities with people and stuff. I don't know if it's online at all, but you can wishlist and sign up for it over at playnightingale.com if it looked interesting to you.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Saints Row.
The Boss Factory?
Yeah. Pretty much this was another technically demo they released in which you can create your character from Saints Row before the game comes out. It's its own app and whatnot. You go in there and you log in with whatever account it is. I forget what company runs Saints Row, but I would assume once the main game comes out, you log in and you're able to get your character that you made inside of it.
Yeah.
No gameplay at all. It's literally just a character creation thing. I was gonna download it and do it on Figure Friday. But it's one of those things where I understand why they did it. It's reminiscent of like the WWE games because like you go into that, you go to do like the my Rise mode, and you spend like an hour and a half just making yourself.
Yeah, it's like a million like variations.
Yeah, and like that takes up so much time that by the time you're done it, it's like, well, I've played for 2 hours now, but I haven't played anything. Like I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
This gives you an opportunity. Once Saints Row comes out day one, you can just dive right into the game with your character because it's made from this. So
right,
that's pretty cool.
Come August 23rd, player profiles created in Boss Factory will be easily transferable to Saints Row.
Yeah, I will 100% be playing Saints Row. Saints Row is my GTA. Saints Row the Third was my favorite like game of that genre. Of that type, like, yeah, like I was like, this is it for me. Like I remember playing San Andreas on the PS2 as a kid, and it never really did anything for me. I think it was more of the realism was a bit much, but when it came to Saints Row, it always felt a little bit more playful. And then I think Saints Row 2 was not. It was very real. Like it was kind of like gritty and real and whatnot. I have it on Steam, and I tried to play it and I couldn't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, to say the least.
Right.
You can go make your character for free over on any of those apps, though.
Go do that. Go if you're interested.
Next was Warhammer 40K. Warhammer 40K. If you say 40,000, then people get mad at you. Dark Tide.
Don't piss people off.
Yeah.
For 40,000. I've never played a Warhammer. I know nothing of Warhammer.
Same. All I know about are the tabletop RPG minis that you can make and whatnot. But this looks cool.
It does look pretty cool. It looks like a first-person shooter, like with a whole bunch of shit going on.
Yeah. It looks very Left 4 Dead, like 4-player co-op, like defeat the horde type shit, but with very neat weapons, like a chainsaw sword, which is cool. Some really cool weapon designs, like the skull bomb type thing and puzzle solving, and it's interesting. It is interesting.
Like it's interesting enough where I'll like stay in tune with the updates on it.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely interested in playing this a little bit. I don't know if I want to buy it personally, like if it was like a full game, but if it's on Gamepass or something, I'd definitely be down to pick it up. It does say that it's on Xbox Game Pass itself, and Windows and Steam, but I don't know if it's on PC Game Pass because it says Windows and Steam, so
September
I might have to spend some money.
13th.
Next up, some more scary bullshit. Your fears will return.
Yay. Layers of fears. Layers of fears.
Yeah. Sure is a scary game.
Bloober Team. Bloober Team teased Layers of Fear, some sort of follow on the studio's debut art-based horror outing from 2016, Layers of Fear, later followed on by a more silver screen inspired take on very similar themes. The madness of artists made in Unreal Engine 5, the chilling and atmospheric footage seemed to echo moments from both the previous game as we navigate a Victorian era mansion recalling the first game, filled with interminable, I'm an idiot, interminable hallways, dusty parlors, melting paintings, rat-infested walkways, and old wheelchairs that pivot autonomously when bathed in moonlight. I can say autonomously, but not interminable. And glimpse theater and stage scenes from the second installment. Scary and unsettling in equal measure from the little on show, but layers of fear due in 2023. Looks like a return to form for Bloober Team after its recent flurry of missteps.
Well, I don't want to play it.
Bullshit jump scare.
Bullshit jump scares. Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of a scary guy, as we all know.
You scary looking. Oh,
ladies. Yeah, I don't know if we'll play that at all. We might be playing something else coming up in a Halloween season, which we'll get to.
We will.
But yeah, I don't know about us playing that ever. Next up was Gotham Knights. They just showed off a little package for Nightwing. It was weird to me because they've already shown both Nightwing and Red Hood in their own specific event. And now they're going to show a bunch of Nightwing. Why would you not show Robin or Batgirl? That's kind of weird. Literally nothing new. Just showed him with his stupid fucking Fortnite glider. It's funny because like I like Fortnite now. Like I'm actually like a fan of Fortnite and I like playing it. But like giving Nightwing a Fortnite glider in this game, which is supposed to be Arkham universe adjacent, it really pisses me off for some reason.
They couldn't come up with a creative way to have him traverse through the air.
It's so annoying because he just doesn't. That's the thing. He doesn't get used to it.
Have to now.
They don't though. Just use a grappling hook or put a fucking squirrel suit on him or something. You know, it's so simple. Maddening. October 25th, coming technically soon, unless it gets pushed back again.
I don't think it's getting pushed back again. They've. I feel like they're too in. Like they're in too deep now. Now it has to come out.
Yeah. I think that we're nearing the end of the main show now because the last thing that we have here is Mr. Neil Druckmann on stage.
All right. Well, no, you know that's coming. Yeah.
Yeah. So The Last of Us news. Very interesting because it was leaked beforehand.
Yes.
And it was
upset at that.
Oh yeah, very much so. You could tell from the beginning.
Yeah.
This was the final, not nail in the coffin, but it was the final bit of the show. Druck came out and started talking. His name is Neil Druckmann, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to say that and then it'd be like Tom Phillips or some shit, like Todd Phillips. That's the Bethesda guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm bad at names, but I remember weird things. But yeah, they talked about Last of Us and mainly the first game, obviously, but also a multiplayer game. We'll get to that first. A multiplayer game that's coming out soon that they showed a screenshot of that it looks huge.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what that's going to be. And it's going to be its own game by itself, so that's pretty neat.
Standalone. It's not even going to be a DLC.
Yeah, it used to exist as a DLC, is what I saw. Yeah. I don't know because
it was called Factions.
Okay, I never played that, so I had no knowledge of it previously.
But very popular. People like loved it. That's why people have been waiting so long for them to bring it back.
Nice. They also showed the first screenshot from the HBO Max show with Pedro Pascal, and I cannot remember the name of the actress playing Ellie. But
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey, thank you. Mm-hmm. I will try to remember that for next time, and I won't.
All good.
Because Pedro Pascal is the only actor I want to remember. He's another one. Troy Baker and him.
On your boy Troy like that?
Troy and him.
Take me.
And Troy Baker, Oscar Isaac, and Pedro Pascal, I think, are my three. They're the trifecta, which is
Yo.
weird because two of them are actual actors, and then Troy is like
You got
voice
a whole
actor
lot of these,
mainly.
a lot of these guys on your list.
Listen, man, when you're in love with the Mandalorian and Moon Knight, and then Troy Baker just exists the way he is, hey, it's 2022. Happy Pride, guys.
The I go nowhere without a stylist, Troy Baker.
Listen, happy Pride. That's all I'll say. Anyway, moving forward, they brought onto the stage yet again Troy Baker and erections.
Whoa!
And Lord,
You didn't tell me that when you were sitting next to me.
no. And Ashley Johnson pulling them out, the voice actors of both Joel and Ellie in the original games, and little announcement that they'll be in the show as characters themselves. I'm curious to see who they'll be. My prediction for Troy was that he'll be Joel's brother.
Yeah.
And then people online are saying that Ashley could be the lady from the beginning that helps Joel, that ends up dying.
What's her name?
Something with a J, I think, because I saw they put out footage today of the side by side.
Yeah, I saw.
And I can't remember what her name is, but
Me neither.
that'd be a good pick. Or even just the wife of
Wait, was that
Joel's
Tess?
brother, Tess. It was.
Yeah.
I was thinking with the J and the same spelling, yeah. But so yeah, they announced that they'll be coming onto the show, and then the big boy, The Last of Us 1 remastered, remake, right? It's a remake.
No, it's remastered.
Is
It's
it
the same game. Remake would insinuate that they changed things.
Well, they did. They changed a bunch of shit.
They
All the
did? I thought it was
models.
the same game. Well, no, I mean like story wise, like it goes
Oh.
different places. Like this is just
Okay.
a remaster of the game, the first game.
Okay, I thought they were pitching it as a remake. I could be wrong.
Well, I'm reading here it just says PS5 remastered.
Okay, cool. I'm definitely wrong. I know that they were talking about it